Yo, let's talk about recognition and respect. While I feast, the label's picking up the check. Then I leave to catch myself. The audience never forgets. Yo, what's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Recognition and Respect with your boy SHNEAKY. This is season 2, episode 12, featuring my boy Dos Caraz. Say what's up, Dos Caraz.
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for having me, SHNEAKY. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to continue to be a platform. Like, I've had you perform at shows, and I've obviously wanted to support you. So, anything I could do to continue that role, I'm trying to fill it in, and podcasting is just really stepped up as that medium that's working right now to do shit, so.
For sure.
So let's start off super basic. This is your first time here, so let's just get who you are and what do you do, and you could be as literal or as metaphorical as you want.
All right. Yeah, man. So for everyone out there, I'm Dos Caraz. That's my music artist name. I dedicate myself mostly to the Spanish, regional, urban style hip hop. But I have English stuff out there. So I'm a music artist most of the time. But honestly, man, I actually have a career in electrical engineering. I'm not an actual engineer. I don't have my degree or my PE license and stuff like that. But I do the design work kind of like an engineer. And so that's the breadwinner right there, man. Because this fucking music. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cuss.
No, I mean you could cuss. It's cool.
Yeah.
My people know I'm over here drinking and smoking. It's not a big deal.
All right, just making sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What's up, Mom? How you doing?
But yeah, that's dope.
So you mind if I jump in real quick? So you said electrical engineer, but you don't have a degree. So that means you didn't go to a 4-year university, or did you go to a trade school or some kind of technical, how does that work? And
let me break it down.
Yeah, go for it. Just because that shit, I find that shit super interesting, music aside.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for the people that don't know, and actually it's a good, people that don't know out there, there's careers you don't have to be a freaking doctor, a cop, and they're there's a bunch of careers that you can take and just win an honest living. For me, my pops is the one that put me up on game. I was a soccer player before, and that was my dedication. That was my first passion, soccer. I was a goalie, and that was my main position. And I kind of had scholarships kind of there, and I was practicing with universities, but whatever the case, I took a turn, did some dumb choices, whatever. And my pops was like, yo, just when you finish high school, just go to some technical school, learn something quick that you can apply, and then just work your ass off and learn that shit and just keep climbing. And I actually I paid attention to him, I was like, dude, I never pay attention to him for the first time. let me listen to this dude, because he had a home for us, right? He made it from the freaking gutter. So I'm like, I should pay attention. And so I did it, man. And I went to one of those quick technical schools that they're not available anymore, because it was either way it was a scam. But for me, I actually ended up winning.
I mean, they cut a funding into a lot of that stuff, because LA County, LAUSD was supplementing the books and paying for the classes, and a lot of that stuff got cut, because they started focusing more on 4-year degrees and community college, and try to get bachelors and all that. So there's definitely been a shift. But continue. Go ahead. So your dad put you on game, and you got your certification.
Yeah, man. Let me change this thing. It's Dos Caras. I was messing around. I put my mean.
It doesn't matter. Right. No one can see that shit. It doesn't matter.
All right, cool. If anything, but yeah. Anyway, so long story short, man, I finished a 2-year course. It was you go half day, you do the learning, and then you apply whatever you learned. And so yeah, I just went that way, and I started as a drafter. Just drafting what the engineers would give me. I would do it on AutoCAD. There's a program called AutoCAD, and so you apply everything you learned over there, and nothing you learned over there actually applies to the workforce.
Classic.
A lot of you that went to universities and all that stuff, that started working in the field, you'll learn and you'll know, like, just by going at it. But anyway, yeah, man, I just been at it for like, I think 14 years now, bro. And this music stuff, it actually started like a little before I finished high school, so it's been kind of like parallel.
Sure.
It's just that this music stuff doesn't pay. It's a crazy game, so you gotta have some dough coming in.
No, I mean, and I respect that, bro. A lot of people do it that way, and not just in the music game, right? Like anything that takes a lot of time before you start getting paid, it's like there's usually some other income, the other type of investment that's happening, so it's all the same. Sure. But I don't think you actually said what kind of music you make. Did you say you were a rapper? I don't know if we actually got onto that. Okay, so
yeah, at the beginning I mentioned that I dedicate myself mostly to the Spanish.
That's right. So I actually met you through Contra and Solaris and all those folks, right? So how long have you been working with them? And like how, when did that start? And also, I think we have another friend in common, a tagger homie.
Tetris?
No, he kicks it with Tetris. He says he's like, you and him work together on stuff. Oh my God, I'm blanking. This is so embarrassing. You know what? Let's just talk about Solaris and that, I don't know, music and all that. Let's go there, because that's how I met you and that's how I got introduced to you,
Shout out to them, my boy. Shout out to all of them. But yeah. So Solaris, I know Solaris from, let's say maybe like 10, I would say like 8 to 10 years back, probably. The way I met him was we were working on, well, let me take it back a little bit just so to give a little bit of history. There's an album called La Costa Nuestra that was brought out by Universal. I think it was Machete Universal, but basically it was a compilation of all the hottest West Coast unsigned artists and producers. And so Rick Raff, some homies there put it together, and there was a Scoop DeVille. Scoop DeVille was a producer on that, and there's like Sporty Loco, Malverde at the time. So all these artists that were pretty, popping at the time, and I got a piece in there. So anyway, we were doing the number 2 album, and we were recording it, and there was more West Coast artists getting together for that album, and that's where I met Solaris, and he just came up to me and he was like, "Bro, like I freaking love your flow. I just met you. I went in there. I started recording my lyrics, my verse." And he was like, "Bro, that thing was fire." And so that's how we linked. And then we just became good homies. And we actually brought out a collaboration album that was S12. S for S in Spanish, not the S like.
Yeah. Like S2 essentially, right?
Yeah, like S for S. And so yeah, S2. And so that kind of caught some attention and a little buzz, and we were getting it cracking for a while, and got some good features on it, and yeah, man, it was dope. So that's how I met Solaris, and then from Solaris I met all those other people, Contra and Moa Uno, and all those people that
was he rapping at the time, or was he already DJing and producing? Because at the show he busted out with some flows, and we were like, "What? You do music?" And it was like a surprise because like he was more like behind the scenes. So like at that time, was he actually like, what was his role on that compilation?
Oh, that compilation, he was there to bust some flows.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So yeah, he was not doing that anymore. So that's a trip. That's like how far y'all go back and shit.
Yeah, because the people that don't know, Solaris is a DJ, is a fucking badass DJ, and he had an actual like kind of like these podcasts, but back then, like internet radio and stuff like that.
Right.
So yeah, man, Solaris has been cracking for a while, and he just kind of let go of the rapping for a while, and he told me like, bro, like, can you help me out? Let's collaborate. Let's get this thing out, and we did it, and that's how we got in contact, bro. And he's been a good homie. He's a good homie. So shout out to him.
That's cool. And like, so once he connected you to everybody, is that like when the Spanish rap battles started happening, or were you already doing that, or like how does that play into the whole? Because I went to one of those, and I think you performed at one. Did you ever do like battle rap and shit before, or?
Nah, man, I actually haven't. I did it, back in the day in high school, just when you're just, tagging and, all that hip hop elements and blah, blah, blah. But I was really not good at freestyling, bro. I have to accept it. I was pretty weak at freestyling, but it's crazy because now I actually like freestyle my verses, like my songs, till I perfect them. But it's usually I don't write down stuff anymore. But yeah, man. What was the question?
My bad. I kind of went off battle rap, and then like Spanish battle raps and performing at the battle raps and all like that whole culture. And did Solaris introduce you to that, or you already had those connects, or how did that work out?
I mean, the battle rap, I've always known that that's part of hip hop. So it's always been in my life. I used to go to like the Project Blowed and all those things before. Those things were sick. But now, like with Solaris,
did you ever like perform at Project Blowed or like jump into any of the ciphers over there? Like,
yeah, I probably jumped into a couple of ciphers and got my ass whooped, and it was over. Yeah. Give me another beer, bro.
I feel you're like, I don't do this.
But bro, I just love hip hop, So, I kind of like now as a grown man, I've been, I started with the Chicano Rap game with my cousins, and then the whole quote unquote Chicano Rap game, and then I just knew I just wanted to get out of a shell, like I just wanted to explore and do more, and until I got to here, like 6 years ago, I just started doing this whole like, excuse me, shoot, that's why I don't like drinking beer on live interviews.
Hey, it's all right, bro. Cheers, real quick. Fuck it. Cheers, bro. Cheers.
Yeah, but anyway, so that's how it's just been a long journey, and I just really found what I really love to do, and I'm really passionate about, and it's this whole thing, I'm mixing my culture because my dad's from Sinaloa. And so over there is like the tambora, the banda and that kind of stuff. So after I've done so many albums and songs and with many different people, and I just thought like, you know what, let me get into my element, whatever I want to do. And ever since like 2014, I've been doing this whole like trap, banda, cumbia, like it's just a whole mix of whatever we figure out. Yeah.
And like what are you usually like rapping about? Like, cause like when you say Chicano rap, I think automatically like progressive, revolutionary, like like hood, like like Mexican Tupac type shit. But like obviously when you say you're growing and getting out of the shell and now you're doing this new thing, like obviously you're probably not deep in like native.
Oh no, I'm actually deeper now.
Oh, so it's even like more political and more like woke and shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say it's political in a way, but it's just it's just more woke. It's just more woke. Yeah, more conscious. I'm a family man now, so it's just all that club, blah blah blah. Like I could still do it, but now I just choose to do more of what I'm going through and what I've been through, and trying to teach lessons, and hopefully somebody picks up stuff from it. But back then, no, I was like Chicano, and to the people that are not into it, but like, have you heard of like Little Robs, like Mr. Shadow, the whole gangster Chicano rap?
So more like the
Yeah,
like the Chicano R&B, like the Chicano oldies type, like, and then like
that
rapping over
gangster,
that,
yeah,
like
that
oh, like
gangster shit.
low rider shit, kind of.
Yeah, like gangster shit got like, gang bang. I'm not from no hood or anything, but my cousins from San Diego, they were active at the time, or whatever. And,
Yeah, just your
uh,
experiences and shit that you saw and shit. Yeah, yeah, I feel
yeah,
you.
they had the connection. For me from LA, we linked up. And like I was spitting facts that I saw in LA, right, growing up, and in Southeast Los Angeles, and those areas, and they were spitting of what they were going on in their hood, and but at the same time, like, we were young, man. I think I've always kept it real. Like, I think I was doing most of the love jams, because for me it was like, shit, I can't be talking about this hood and that hood and blah blah blah, like, because that's not what it is. I can't be faking the funk. But I always just kept it real. And I remember I used to do a lot of love jams, because you trying to get the chicks back then in high school, like,
Yeah, I mean, at some
and
point,
stuff.
like we were talking about, you know, music not making money and not paying the bills and not being able to survive off of it, and a lot of that comes with like what kind of music you're making and who's liking it and
Exactly.
who's buying it and is it being played at the club. And so yeah, like
Yeah.
for sure along your journey you try things, right? Like you will do the love song or the girl song or the trap song or the hood song or the gangster song, like
Right.
at some point, like you were trying to find your voice and try to find you, but
Exactly.
you're always going to have to like do some kind of like crowd pleasing or innovation or something fresh, right? That's like
Right.
that captures the imagination and the people, and like like doesn't necessarily have to be the same style and shit, but it has to do something, for the folks that are listening and stuff. So
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, now is like, I think now I really connect with folks, and my music, like, people that actually listen to the music and the lyrics, and they're like, man, bro, like, I have this kid, he's like 20, maybe he's like 22, 23. He hits me up like every day, like, bro, I keep playing this song. It's called A Veces. And it's like, he loves that jam. And, like, every day he's like, bro, I'm playing this song every day. I don't get tired of it. And just that, bro, that keeps me moving. It's like, shoot, like, I say a bunch of things in there, and that little kid caught on to everything. And he's like, bro, that's dope. And I'm trying to be like you. And that's inspiration, bro. Like, it's all about helping each other.
no, yeah, and I feel it, and there's always that sentiment of like, you know, everybody could try to change the world or try to do shit global, but like, what are you doing in your backyard? Like, how are you impacting your community or like the folks?
Right.
Like, and that's the thing.
And
Like,
the,
a
and the
lot of people.
crazy,
Go ahead.
the thing, and sorry to cut you off,
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
but that little kid, bro, I met him because I went to speak to a classroom. I think it was, dude, it was a while back. I think it was El Sereno or middle school. I forgot where, but my homie Ariel hooked it up, and I went over there and I spoke to a classroom, right? And then, like, I linked up to a couple kids, but for me, it's like, I can't, hey, give me your Insta. Like, I can't. It's kind of weird, right? Because they're kids and
Yeah,
blah
and
blah
like
blah.
you're putting shit on your Instagram that you don't know if like young people should be looking at or whatever,
No, but
right?
I always keep it. I always try to keep it, family oriented. But whatever. But like that kid, that's where he came from that middle school, and he's still like following me, and he still loves that jam, and it's just about connecting with the community and changing lives, bro. Like, helping people out.
No, yeah, definitely. And I mean, that's cool that you see it like that, right? Because a lot of people see it. There's so many different things you can get out of music, whether it's a lifestyle or a reputation or a career or whatever, right? Like, and it's nice that like there's people out there that are doing it just to do positive shit in the world, because like we need that.
Yeah.
Like we need that, like it's necessary. So it's always refreshing to
Yeah.
hear an artist who's like, yeah, man, like I have a full-time career and I make money. I take care of my family, and I'm making music just to reach people and like, whatever little local impact or small impact I can make on individuals. Like, That's beautiful, man. Because a lot of people have, and nothing against them, but they have really like grand dreams and big expectations.
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I mean, my vision is crazy. My vision is crazy. Like if I tell you, oh, I'm planning this, blah blah blah. Like, don't get me wrong. Like I'm trying to go for those bigger heights. But I feel blessed that I haven't reached that big like stardom, like kaboom, here's those caras, like, because when I was with MTO, which was the group that I was with my cousins, I learned a lot, like, because back then it was the CD game. And so you had to just hustle, you had to go to like moms and pops, go put your CD at the swap meet and hopefully it sells, so, I got a feel for all that stuff, the hustle, the grinding and sleeping on the floor, just traveling just to freaking perform 2 jams, like traveling freaking 16 hours just to perform 2 jams just because you're just like, dude, I got to do this. This is what I love. And
right.
And, but at the end of the day, it's like, I'm fortunate that I took that career, that I've been blessed to be able to like invest in this music stuff. And I didn't have to do no shady stuff or hit the streets or blah, blah, blah. Cause when you're young, you see other people doing it and you kind of try to dwell into it. And you're like, oh shoot, let me ball out too, But then you're like, oh shoot, this is not my avenue. Like, I don't need this. And that's the thing that some people don't understand. Never. Like, some kids just want to go bang out or go sell drugs just because it's cool. And that shit is like dangerous. I could have been, I'm just blessed to be here. Like,
yeah, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just by taking stupid choices and trying to like be tough, whatever it is. And so you just, you live, you learn, you grow up. And now I'm just really chasing my dreams. And now I see that I don't like being in a cubicle. I don't like, just dedicating to this. Like, I want to be an entrepreneur someday and help more people. And so my vision is big. My music, like, I need to reach that higher, audience. And a person like me that's a little older, it doesn't work that way. I can't do some stupid shit online and try to go viral, and that's not me, bro. So
yeah, come off cheesy and inauthentic, and like it'll look like a gimmick. It'll look tacky. It's like not real, quote unquote. But
exactly.
I mean, so you talk about. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I'm just want to transition because you were talking about bigger heights and bigger audiences, and I looked down at my notes and I remembered you did some TV shit recently, right? So I saw it on your Instagram, and
yep.
I was obviously I was interested in like what went down, but there's a lot happening in life right now, right? So when you said you wanted to come on the show, like I for sure was gonna ask you about that. So talk about that TV experience, like how you got it, what was it, how many people saw it, when did it get aired, can people still see it? Like just go off on that.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing that up, and that's where I kind of wanted to segue to about the bigger audiences. Like I said, I'm getting older. I have kids. I have a family life, and I was like, bro, like, how am I gonna reach bigger audiences? Like, I don't have a stack of cash to just invest. I don't. What the hell am I gonna do? So I was like, bro, my parents have been watching this program that's called Tengo Talento, Mucho Talento.
Tengo talento, mucho talento.
Yeah. So my parents have been watching that since way back. And I remember I used to be like, oh, dude, oh, whatever. My parents were like, you should go on there. Because, they know I was trying to rap ever since. And it was like, nah, I don't need to go on that corny show, blah, 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 because you have this ego, like, I'm going to make it myself. I'm going to freaking blow up myself. And, after years or whatever, just struggling and trying to make it, I'm like, bro, like, it's free. You just go audition, and if your stuff is good, you get to go to the elimination round.
It's literally one of those like, what do you have to lose scenarios. It's like it just takes your time, which you put into this shit anyway.
Exactly.
And maybe a little bit, like you said, pride, ego, little fucking, a little gut check, but like that's also part of the game, you know?
Yeah, you gotta put all that stuff aside and then just go for it, bro. Like I was like, what? I got nothing to lose, bro. Like people are gonna make fun of me. I don't care about them. Like, you know, like
you took your shot, bro. Like, what are they doing to take their shot? Like, you know, you can't really base your whole shit on other people. So
exactly. So I went for it, bro. I didn't even tell anybody. I told my girl. I told my mom, you know, because she lives with me. She's older, so I take care of her. I was like, I'll be back. I'm going to go to this Tengo Talento. She's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go try it out. So I auditioned like everyone else, got in line. You just have to wait, be patient. And you just got to be ready, bro. And I think I'm at that point where I've already been through a bunch of stuff. I signed stupid contracts. You know, people have done me dirty. I've done plenty of interviews. So I think I was ready. And, you know, I got the call. I went to the elimination round. Dude, I was there a 23-hour day, bro, waiting, interview after interview, you know, pose like this, walk like that. You know, you should say this. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying this. You know, it's crazy, bro. And I was the last contestant to go up that day. Last motherfucker to go up. And I was tired and I was like, fuck it, this is all balls in or nothing, bro. And I got the 4 passes. There's 4 judges, you know, in the Mexican or, you know, Latin radio. Don Cheto, people, you know, Don Cheto Al Aire. He's on La Que Buena.
It's like radio personalities and like media personalities and shit, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Ana Barbara, she's like a Tex-Mex pop star from Mexico. You know, regional Mexican chick that's like a Thalia style. You know, like she's pretty.
Basically,
up there.
It's like American Idol. Like they got judges who are like in the industry doing the shit, exactly. have some kind of rep or their opinion matters in some way, and they judge you. And how'd you do?
Yeah, man, I got the 4 passes that Ana Barbara and the Chiquis, people that know Jenny Rivera. Chiquis, that's her daughter. She's part of the judges. They were like feeling it, bro. And then Don Cheto, he was like, bro, I wasn't feeling the chorus, but when you started rapping, it was over. And so I was like, all right, dope. You know, I got the 4 passes. A little
constructive criticism, yeah. So now you know you got to work on your hooks better and shit, you know?
Yeah. You know, he wasn't feeling it. It's all good. And Pepe Garza, who kind of runs the whole, kind of like the whole radio show. I mean, that guy's pretty big. He runs the whole thing there. So he was kind of like, you know, you sound kind of like Aquid. I've heard this from Aquid. But Cheto was like, I kind of see it's kind of like Aquid and Calle 13.
Oh.
So I was like, all right, I'll take it.
Oh shit, yeah, anything with Calle 13, you're like, I'll take that for
sure. So dope. So there you go. You know, so that kind of let me know that I got more conscious. I'm spitting some stuff and people are liking it.
Yeah,
bro.
Builds up your confidence a little bit, lets you know you're on the right path, a little validation right there, you know? And so like, is there like a round 2 or is there any follow-up for that show, or is that kind of like they just gave you
this whole coronavirus thing kind of put that whole thing on hold, but yeah, it aired actually. You know, I was one of the first contestants on the second episode. Yeah, it aired. I think it was last Friday, bro. It aired nationally. It's like, I think it goes into like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 million households or something.
Fuck, that's what's up. 3-4 million households, and like with the pandemic, more people are home right now, so for sure more people saw it, you know. Make sure if you know
statistics right.
If there's a link to it, make sure you shoot it to me so I can put it in the description of the show, so when people hear the replay or they go watch it in the future, they could like check it out and all that, you know. Be dope.
For sure. Sounds good, man.
So you brought up, well, congratulations on all that, first of all. That's super dope. Obviously, it's like, again, it might not be the way you envisioned it happening or not the original plan of how you wanted to like get your name out and get your music, but at some point it's like by any means necessary, you know? Like you got to take whatever opportunities you can get and like get creative with how to like get out there and shit. So I applaud you for that, man. Like anybody making fun of you or talking shit, like they're probably they're not into it as, you know, they're not as deep. They're not trying to make this shit happen, trying to do whatever the fuck, taking all the risks, you know? So
bro, I learned you just gotta fucking do what you gotta do, and people are gonna hate, they're gonna love you, whatever it is.
Facts. So let's transition. You brought it up, and I think this is a perfect point because, like, right now, obviously, we're living in the pandemic, and like, shit's on lockdown. Shows have gotten canceled. Like, my whole business is wiped out. I finally got my government relief prepaid Bank of America card in the mail, so hopefully, I have some money in there. I don't even know how that shit works, but it's apparently I got some relief. A lot of people on the show who have been bringing on artists have like, you know, they suffered like from losing shows and opportunities, and also creatively like being home, being locked in, not being able to interact. I mean, you said you have mom, your girl, and a kid or multiple kids in the household, right? So you're probably like homeschooling and like taking care of people and working still. So like, how is your experience been? Are you still working in the pandemic? Are you one of those like essential workers who's, you know, out there, you know, still taking risks? And how has that affected your writing process? I know you just released a song in February, so that was pre-pandemic. So has there been, you know, do you have a home studio? Has there been creative stuff going on? So just kind of go off on like what it's been like these last couple weeks as far as family life and music life and creating and all that. Go for it.
Yeah, man. Hey, SHNEAKY. So, sorry about that. You know, I hope everything gets better for everyone. I mean, I'm one of the lucky ones, bro. Like, that's what I'm super appreciative. That's why I'm just blessed, bro. Like, it's just a blessing. And you know, if whatever, man, if you need help, just let me know, bro. Whatever I can help you with, let's plan something, my dude.
I appreciate that, man.
Whatever I can do for you. Yeah, just, you know, it sucks, bro. Like I have a lot of family members that have lost, you know, their jobs, businesses going down. You know, it's crazy, bro. It's just nuts. And I mean, for me, it's like I'm an essential worker. You know, our client is like, you know, one of the main electricity companies down south here, and so I'm blessed, bro. I'm working, but at the same time, like you said, it's like it's been stressful, bro, because I'm a co-parent. You know, I'm a co-parent with one of my kids, and so he lives with his mom. And this pandemic, you know, I couldn't see him for like 2 months. You know, and it's nuts, bro. It's like it's crazy. You know, it's crazy. You know, and then my girl, I have a fiance. You know, we don't live together yet. But you know, we're close by, so we're frequently visiting each other and stuff like that. My pops actually passed away 1 year from tomorrow, actually. But I've been taking care of my parents for like the past 10 years, and since they've been retired, and my pops passed, and I just been taking care of my mom, man, as best as I could, and then just trying to get this music, bro, you know, popping. You know, I don't quit. I write every single day. I write something. I'll make some type of melody for the tuba or whatever. Like I'm constantly just putting ideas in my phone, and yeah, bro, like it's just you gotta find ways to find the light, bro. Like you gotta get out there. I go for a run. I fucking exercise. But sometimes I fucking cry. I fucking yell. You know, it's the truth, bro. No, like that's what it is. That's what it is. You know, I fucking get pissed the fuck off. And, you know, soy un desmadre. And then, you know, the next day I'm like, fuck it. Like, let's move. I have life. Like, let's try to figure this out. And that's what it's all about, bro. Like, as long as you have freaking air in your lungs, you got to keep moving, bro. Because there's people that would love to have what you have. you know, and that's what I think about when I wake up. It's like, that's what keeps me moving. Like, dude, I don't want to wake up today. Like, bro, there's probably someone that wishes they had your job as easy as you do, you know, like, and so you just got to motivate yourself to fuck it, to do it, you know?
No, yeah, I know it's the same with me. Like, even though I'm out of work, like, I have a lot of, like, I'm still blessed, you know? I have a lot of, like, my life. I was able to take care of a lot of expenses. You know, I have a living situation. I have gear. I have a lot of the knowledge. Like, I have places to go to record, you know? So, like, even though I'm stressing, struggling, trying to figure it out day by day, I still have a lot of resources that ordinary folks or just artists in general, you know, don't have. And so, you know, I struggle with that same shit. It's like some days I'm depressed and stuck and not wanting to do shit. And other days it's like, bro, like you have shit to do. Like be thankful that you have shit to do, because like other people are probably losing their minds because they wish they had something to do or something they could do, or you know, somewhere to put that anxious energy, you know. So
exactly.
I feel that, and I'm sorry you haven't, like, you know, that not seeing your kid. You're super involved, but you're super involved, like where you would see them like often, weekly, like constantly. So that shit must have been, you know, for both of you, right? Like not. I bet he was asking. I bet asking about you, and you know, like, or like you trying to like FaceTime, not being able, trying to explain it while you're not there, and like,
Oh, it's crazy, bro. Like it's crazy. People that are parents. I don't know if you're a parent, SHNEAKY.
Definitely not, bro. I would not be able to do what I was doing, probably. You know, if I was a parent. Like.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's crazy, bro. It's a whole different dimension to life, bro. It's just like your heartbeat. That's your heartbeat, you know. Like basically you.
Yeah, that's
your heartbeat.
Deep. That's deep. Yeah.
You know, and so, you know, when your heart starts slowing down or whatever, however you want to put it, it probably rises too high. But mine was like slowing down, bro. Like I was just like anxious. I was anxious to see him, and his birthday passed. It was on May 6th.
Oh, so you couldn't even be there for the birthday. Y'all couldn't see each other for the birthday.
Yeah, good thing, you know, there's a Zoom and stuff like that. But you know, I actually got to see him this past week, and I had him this past weekend. So, like, my heart is energized. Like this little smile, this smirking.
Yeah. Bro, it's fresh. It's fresh. It's not weird.
Yeah. I would just be like, all right, nigga. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this you know, like we're out
that
here.
We're just re-energized me.
We're doing this music shit. Yeah, it's cool. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's incredible the way that, you know, these kids energize you, bro. It's like, you know, and I have a daughter with, you know, my fiance, and so she's around, you know, and
but y'all don't live together, so is your daughter with you or your daughter's with her?
No, but we like she, you know, they come over, they sleep.
Oh yeah. So y'all already like in the bubble together, so it's like
we're good. It's just the whole, you know, the whole Hispanic thing. You know, you can't leave the house until you're married, and you know, so.
I mean, culture, traditions, whatever the fuck.
I don't know. I mean, we're just trying to like.
You're trying to do it the right way, you know?
Yeah, we screwed up once. We screwed up once. Let's try to do it the right way now, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, whatever, dog. Like, that's one thing that this whole pandemic is doing, is changing all the rules, man. Like, you know, you're finding out who your real family is, and like you're finding out what's important, and you're finding out, you know, what's worth it, how hungry you are for things, realizing shit you took for granted, you know. It's like, like I miss people, man. Like I miss being able to just hang out with people and see people and hug people and like, you know, fucking laugh with people. Like that shit, you know, that's like my heart. You know, I don't have kids, but I feel like just we're social animals, you know. You need your tribe, you need vibes. Yeah, man. It's like a lot of people are feeling it, but it's crazy. Like a lot of shit's opening up. It's starting to seem like this might not last that much longer. I don't know what's gonna happen with the numbers.
It's crazy.
So
it'll be a whole political sneaky political episode because the whole pandemic and vaccines and whatever this bullshit is trying to lead to.
Like, you know what, bro? Like, it's so crazy. I don't even want to have an opinion. Like, I don't even want to do that episode.
Yeah,
because it's like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm not a scientist. I'm not reading graphs and checking the data and, like, doing math equations to find out how many people are. I'm not dividing, you know, like, I'm not doing none of the work, you know? Like, leave that shit to the professionals. Like, I'm an entertainer, bro. Like, I'm trying to bring together other entertainers and, like, hopefully, you know, through our conversations and our experiences, like, we could work through this and, like, you know, come out on the other end with more content, more followers, a better understanding of who we are and ourselves and, you know, like, who we are as a world, as a race, you know, like, everything's changing, bro, and it's crazy. So let's talk about this new song, though. Well, it's February, and, like, usually time goes by fast, but I feel like February was like a year ago, you know?
Yeah, February. I mean, nowadays with music, you know how it goes. I mean, artists freaking release songs every day, you know, every week, because just the game, you know, the way it works, people's attention span and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, bro, I like to keep it a little old school, and I like to get into the mix of the new things. So what I mean by that is, like, I don't need to get into that whole, let me release one thing, another one, boom, boom, here's another video, blah, blah, you know, like, one thing is that I don't have the dough to keep doing it and doing it and do it, you know, like, it's just plain and simple. It's honesty. Second is, like, I work with what I have, bro. You know, like, if you know, nobody knows my arsenal but me and my team. So whatever's going on, whatever that guy's releasing over there, whatever that guy's releasing over there, like, sometimes it's like, bro, like, that's dope. Like, all this whole stuff that I've been doing, people were questioning me, like, what the fuck are you thinking? Like, that's not where it's going. Like, you see, reggaeton came back. Like, you know, it's like, it's all good. Like, that's why
no one fucking knows where it's going, bro. No one fucking knows. Like,
nobody knows. But for me, it was like, I'm gonna do what I want. But I feel like reggaeton's established. It's already done. Reggaeton is a force, bro. Reggaeton is there to stay forever, bro. It's never gonna leave nowhere. But this thing that I was trying to create a long time ago, even I'm not the first guy to do it. I'm not the first one to put it together. Like Pepe Garza told me, like, oh, I heard this with Aquid. Oh, I heard this, whatever it is. Like, I'm not the first person to do it, but people put it away because it wasn't popping. But I knew, like, that's the only thing that can start popping again. Like, that's the only thing that can go higher because it hasn't reached its peak, right? Like, this whole thing of, like, now you see the Puerto Ricans joining the Mexicans on the corrido style. I don't know if you heard, like, Pacas Verdes, Duplicada. Like, there's this new jams, bro. Like all that stuff is Puerto Rican and Mexico, and Bad Bunny and Nathaniel Cano and, like, and now it's like Snoop Dogg and Banda MS.
I saw that. Yeah, that was like a little bit more mainstream. You know what I'm saying? Like, I saw that. Yeah.
So where are we going? I honestly think we're heading that direction. You know, like, where it's gonna just keep moving that direction. You know, you got D Smoke from Inglewood spitting Spanish in his verses.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I have a homie that gets compared to D Smoke sometimes, and it's the same shit, like Latino trap, I guess, or whatever the fuck you're calling it. Like, yeah, like,
whatever it is. Yeah, but
cultural.
That culture is coming, bro.
Yeah.
We're next, bro. We're next. That Latino shit is, like, the next thing for, like, the hip hop, like, that culture, right? The culture, or whatever it is, right? That thing is, like, we got the Eminems, right? The whole little wave of, like, the you know, Los Whiteys, and then now it's like
Los Whiteys.
I mean, no offense, but you know what I'm saying?
He emboldened the folks to, like, you know, so that they can claim a place in the culture that was never there before. And
yeah, but
I mean, we also were
Latinos, yeah, we've been buying that hip hop shit forever, bro. You know.
Yeah, but like a lot of, I don't know. I guess it's like when you look at the history of it, it's complicated, right? Because there were Latinos there at the inception, but it is like
Always right.
historically, traditionally, like a black style. But then you got like Afro Latinos, so you got like
Right.
black Latin
Right.
people who are also like there, like, and then
Latinos have always been a part of hip hop
right.
forever.
But then like you have like this specific branch of like the Chicano hip, the shit you're talking about earlier, right? Which is like
That
kind of what everybody expects of
of a
fucking
Mexican,
of a
yeah,
Latino, like
right.
SA shit, not the S,
SA,
but like
yeah.
SA rap, right? Like
Right.
Chicano rap, right? And then if you weren't doing that, you were trying to sound black. Like that was pretty much
Right. Exactly. History, bro.
and then you have
History.
like, and then Eminem came in and was like, "Oh, well, white people can do this." It's like, well, then yeah, like
Right.
Latinos should have no, like we've been there, but why do we got to sound? Why do we got to be Chicano rap or sound
Right.
black, right? Like obviously, if a
Right.
white person can like cut out, and I always,
Right.
everybody who knows me knows like. I always say Eminem is the person who like made me feel like I could rap because I was like, dude, if a white person can do it, then I shouldn't feel bad about wanting to do it or being drawn to it, right? Which is like a weird bar to set for yourself.
No, it gives you inspiration. It's inspiration, bro. Like because I don't know. It's like you see. It's kind of like a black president, right? You see, all of them being white forever, and then boom, you see a white president. A little kid might see it and get inspired, like, oh shoot, now I see myself, right? Whatever that is. Like for me, it's like Pitbull did it with that East Coast, right? He brought up all that Cuban style and kind of like
yeah, like
it was a
Latin
big
party
boom.
shit, like Latin party EDM, like all that, like hype, like
But
right, like bringing the fucking the party, like all
right,
the party aspect of our culture and our soul and our blood, like to the
right.
mainstream feel, right? Yeah, I
But
can see that.
yeah, and now it's like maybe it doesn't, but I feel like now it's that turn of now it's supposed to go towards that whole avenue where I'm trying to or what I've been trying to do for a while, and not necessarily what I do, but like it's kind of like heading that way, right? Of
Right.
the songs I kind of mentioned and stuff like that.
It feels like
Like
it's your turn to catch the wave. Like you've been right
yeah,
there,
exactly.
fucking treading water, waiting for your
Right,
wave, and now your wave's
right,
coming. So like you're feeling validated in and like
so,
obviously the stuff with the TV and
right,
the response you've got. It's all makes sense, right? That like if the
yeah.
yeah this was your time, and then the fucking pandemic fucked
And then
everything.
boom, pandemic. Yeah. Hey, but whatever it is, bro. Like, I may be wrong, but I'm gonna keep moving in that direction. I mean, because it just comes natural to me, bro. Like, I was in the studio with the homie last time, and DJ Cook, and he put a more on a reggaeton type of style beat, and I don't shit. I jumped on it because it's not what I'm doing. I'm jumping on someone else's stuff, right? So
Right.
so I just went on it and stuff, but that's not my avenue. So I think I think it sounded pretty dope. I gave it a new flavor, but
Well, I mean, that's going back to what I was talking about earlier. Is like if you want to reach more people and you want to do global and you want to be radio and you want to be, you're gonna have to do that. You're gonna have to change and be open and be fluid and adapt and all that shit. So it's like it's part of like
I've always been open. I've always been open for anything. It's just now I know that nobody can tell me, oh no, don't sound like that, or no, like no. I told the homie like you asked me to get on this jam. Like I think I like this track. Yeah, it sounds dope. Let me get on it. Let me explore. And it was pretty dope. I thought it was pretty dope. But like I said, I don't think it kind of meshed together too well, right? Like because it has to have this certain sound. And for me, I came over there fucking all paisa out and this and that. And hey, bro,
Paisa-Hip
like,
Hop, Paisa-Hip Hop.
yeah, I hit it from that other angle, but it's like, yeah, it's crazy, bro, because Like nowadays, if you don't have that auto-tune, if you don't like all that stuff, like I just keep it 100 with myself. And if I want to add a little bit auto-tune, I do. But
hey, man,
at the end of the day, I just do what I do.
I'm telling you, the world's changing, right? And there's more, there's going to be more opportunities for, like, it sounds sad and fucked up, and just for like lack of a better term, like they're like not everybody's gonna survive this winter, like, and I'm not talking about death or like passing away. I'm more talking about like, artists, entrepreneurs, businesses, like people who kind of had a set life, a set goal that they were gonna have, like, based on external pressures. They're going to find out that how much they really wanted it or how much they don't want it. I feel like there's going to be a lot of opportunities for people who really want this shit just because of the changing demographic, geographic, all the changing landscape of our industry, So,
yeah.
I always look for the hopeful, bro. Man,
yeah, I'm ready. It's just like, I'm ready. And, but I'm going to keep doing like what I do, and whatever comes my way, bro, I'll tackle it. Problems, life, whatever's next, bro. You just gotta figure it out some way or another.
Hey, man.
As long as you got life, keep pushing.
You sound resilient, bro, and obviously you got income and some kind of security. So I believe you're gonna keep doing this shit. So if you believe it, I believe it. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of people who follow you, listen to you, tap in. They fuck with you. So we're reaching like the end of our time. So I want to give you a chance to like promote your song, say the name, shout out your social media, and just kind of any message you want to end out with the folks. This is your outro right here. So ready, go.
Sounds good. Thanks. Hey, first of all, thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it. Sneaky Entertainment. For having me on, for everyone listening, for everyone tuning in. Your boy Dos Caraz, DOSCARAZ, Z as in zoo. Yep, that's all the handles. Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, anywhere, even doscaraz.com. So tune in. You can watch Tengo Talento, Mucho Talento on YouTube for whoever wants to watch it, but just follow me. I've posted all that stuff on. Just remain safe, stay positive for everyone. Just try to remain positive. I know we go through our ups and downs. That's just life. Stay awake. Make sure you don't follow the trends and don't become a sheeple, man. Just stay awake and yeah, bro, just blessings to everyone. And I appreciate the time, Sneaky. Much love.
Hey, man, well, thank you for coming on. I appreciate you giving your time and, your insight and all that. Like I said, I'm here trying to just put on whoever I can, provide whatever kind of support I can. So make sure you send me whatever links you want to get out. I'll make sure they find their way into the description of this video or this audio, wherever you're listening or tuning in from. Just follow up with either of us and you can find all the content. Have a good night. Be safe. And, yeah, man, keep pushing it, dude.
Hey, tú también, man. Whatever you need, holler at me, bro. Let's get something popping.
Hey, man, I appreciate that, man. Really, for real, dog. So
yeah, for sure, though.
All right, man.
Good night, man.
Peace. Sneaky out.
Peace.
Yo, let's talk about recognition and respect. While I feast, the label's picking up the check. Then I leave to catch my set. The audience never forgets.